The Middle East, often described as the cradle of civilization, holds immense historical, cultural, and geopolitical significance. It is a region that has contributed profoundly to the world's religious, philosophical, and scientific heritage. Yet, despite its rich legacy, the Middle East has been plagued by enduring conflicts, geopolitical rivalries, and social unrest. These issues have not only affected the immediate region but have also had far-reaching implications for global peace and stability. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict remains one of the most entrenched and contentious disputes, symbolizing the broader challenges of achieving peace in the Middle East. Over the decades, numerous attempts at resolution have been made, from the Camp David Accords to the Oslo Peace Process and beyond. However, these efforts have often been stymied by deep-rooted mistrust, historical grievances, and the complex interplay of regional and international interests. In addition to the Israeli-Palestinian issue, the Middle East is home to various other conflicts and tensions, such as the Syrian civil war, the ongoing instability in Iraq and Yemen, and the rivalry between regional powers like Iran and Saudi Arabia. These conflicts are fueled by a mixture of sectarian divisions, political power struggles, and external interventions, creating a highly volatile environment. Despite these challenges, there is a growing recognition that a sustainable and comprehensive peace process is essential for the region's future. The pursuit of peace is not only a moral imperative but also a practical necessity for the well-being of millions of people who have suffered the devastating impacts of war and instability. The economic, social, and environmental costs of conflict are staggering, impeding development and exacerbating poverty and inequality. The vision for the Middle East peace process is founded on the principles of inclusivity, justice, and sustainability. It seeks to go beyond mere conflict resolution to address the underlying causes of instability and to foster an environment where diverse communities can coexist peacefully and prosperously. This vision emphasizes the importance of engaging all stakeholders, from national governments and regional organizations to civil society and international actors, in a coordinated effort to build a lasting peace. This document outlines a strategic framework for achieving this vision, focusing on key areas such as inclusive dialogue, political and institutional reforms, economic cooperation and development, security and conflict resolution, and social and cultural reconciliation. Each of these areas is critical for creating the conditions necessary for sustainable peace and stability in the Middle East. Vision statement. Our vision is a Middle East where nations coexist in harmony, driven by mutual respect, economic cooperation, and shared prosperity. We envision a region where peace agreements are not just political documents but are underpinned by strong societal bonds, inclusive governance, and equitable resource distribution. The ultimate goal is a durable peace that addresses the root causes of conflict and promotes a culture of dialogue and reconciliation. Strategic framework for the peace process. Inclusive dialogue and negotiation. Multilateral engagement. Engage all relevant stakeholders, including national governments, regional organizations, and international bodies, in the peace process. This multilateral approach ensures that all voices are heard and that solutions are comprehensive and widely supported. Grassroots involvement. Incorporate civil society, including non-governmental organizations, community leaders, and ordinary citizens, in the peace dialogue. This helps to ensure that peace agreements reflect the aspirations and concerns of the broader population. Cultural and religious dialogue. Promote interfaith and intercultural dialogue to build mutual understanding and respect among diverse communities. Religious and cultural leaders can play a pivotal role in fostering reconciliation and tolerance. Political and institutional reforms. Governance and rule of law. Support the establishment of transparent, accountable, and inclusive governance structures. Strengthening the rule of law and combating corruption are essential for building public trust and ensuring fair and just societies. Power sharing arrangements. Encourage power sharing agreements that reflect the demographic and political realities of the region. Such arrangements can help mitigate tensions and provide a framework for cooperative governance. International legal frameworks. Utilize international legal mechanisms to address grievances and ensure compliance with peace agreements. Institutions like the International Court of Justice and the International Criminal Court can provide avenues for resolving disputes and holding violators accountable. Economic cooperation and development. Regional economic integration. Promote regional economic integration through initiatives like free trade agreements, shared infrastructure projects, and joint ventures. Economic interdependence can serve as a powerful incentive for peace and stability. Sustainable development. Focus on Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, to address issues such as poverty, inequality, and environmental degradation. Investment in education, healthcare, and renewable energy can foster long-term stability and prosperity. Youth and employment. Develop programs aimed at creating job opportunities and fostering entrepreneurship among the youth. Empowering the younger generation is crucial for breaking the cycle of violence and building a future-oriented society. Security and conflict resolution. Comprehensive security arrangements. Design comprehensive security arrangements that address both state and human security. This includes demilitarized zones, international peacekeeping forces, and mechanisms for arms control and disarmament. Counter-terrorism and extremism. Implement strategies to counter terrorism and violent extremism through intelligence sharing, capacity building, and addressing the socio-economic roots of radicalization. Conflict mediation and resolution. Establish permanent mediation and conflict resolution bodies to address emerging conflicts promptly. These bodies should be equipped to facilitate dialogue, negotiate ceasefires, and implement peace-building measures. Social and cultural reconciliation. Truth and Reconciliation Commissions. Set up Truth and Reconciliation Commissions to address past injustices and promote healing and forgiveness. These commissions can provide a platform for victims and perpetrators to share their stories and seek reconciliation. Education and awareness. Implement educational programs that promote peace, tolerance, and coexistence. Curriculum reforms should focus on fostering a culture of peace and mutual respect among future generations. Media and communication. Utilize media and communication platforms to spread positive narratives of peace and cooperation. Counter misinformation and hate speech by promoting responsible journalism and media literacy. Implementation strategy. Phase 1. Immediate actions, 1-2 years. Establishing dialogue platforms. Create and support platforms for dialogue at all levels, from high-level diplomatic talks to grassroots community engagements. Humanitarian assistance. Provide immediate humanitarian assistance to conflict-affected areas, focusing on food security, healthcare, and shelter. Ceasefire agreements. Negotiate and implement ceasefire agreements in active conflict zones, with international monitoring to ensure compliance. Phase 2. Short to medium term, 3-5 years. Institutional building. Support the development of strong, inclusive political and legal institutions that can uphold peace agreements and promote good governance. Economic initiatives. Launch regional economic projects that create jobs, improve infrastructure, and enhance trade and investment opportunities. Security measures. Implement security measures, including international peacekeeping missions and demilitarized zones, to maintain stability and prevent the resurgence of violence. Phase 3. Long-term, 6-10 years. Sustainable development. Achieve significant progress towards sustainable development goals, particularly in areas like education, healthcare, and environmental sustainability. Cultural integration. Foster a regional culture of peace and cooperation through ongoing cultural exchange programs, educational reforms, and media initiatives. Permanent peace mechanisms. Establish permanent mechanisms for conflict resolution, including regional security pacts, arbitration bodies, and reconciliation commissions. Conclusion. The future vision for the Middle East peace process is ambitious but attainable. By adopting a comprehensive and inclusive approach that addresses the political, economic, social, and security dimensions of peace, we can build a foundation for lasting stability and prosperity in the region. This vision requires the concerted efforts of all stakeholders, a commitment to dialogue and reconciliation, and a focus on sustainable development and good governance. With these elements in place, the Middle East can transform from a region of conflict to a beacon of peace and cooperation.